Welcome everybody. It's so wonderful to see you all here. Thank you so much for coming out to support us tonight. Thank you and welcome. This evening is a culmination of a very intense 9-week journey, but I say more about it in a second. First, a few housekeeping things. The old mobile phones, if you have them, please check that they are on silent or flight mode. It would be really great. We've got the fire doors on the sides there. In the unlikely event of fire, Mark will guide you to the assembly point, which is in front of the Great Hall. We will have two halves, and the best moments to clap are at the end of the first half, and then at the end of the second half. And we'll have some Q&A at the very end of the show. Okay, that's the housekeeping. So yeah, again, I just want to say thank you for supporting our project. By being here, you're supporting the performers, you're supporting what we've been exploring, but you're also supporting work with women. The takings from the tickets will go towards bursary places for women working with their stories, so thank you for that. And we are actually having a crowdfunder running to boost up that bursary, and there are some flyers on the door about that if you would like to support. Thank you. So, as I said, it's been only 9 weeks. Innocently, we embarked on the journey not knowing what a vast subject we were exploring. We were only meeting once a week in the evening. We had another day together. We could have easily done with another 3 to 6 months, really. That's how it's been. I'm amazed that we are having this gift for you tonight. So that's the first thing to say. We've been really learning as we went along. I've never devised with an ensemble, so I was learning on the job. And most of these women have not been on stage, well, some of them have not been on stage for more than 10 years. Some never, and we are all doing it for the love of it. And we have been deeply cooked by this process. It leaked into our lives, it became our lives. So just to say, it wasn't a hobby. We were in the cooking pot, and it changed our lives, it changed our relationships. And part of what we've explored has been our relationship to yin and yang within, our relationship to being and doing. So we want to name this as part of what we are offering to you, that we are caring about the form of what we are offering, but also for the formless within that form. And we are offering that to you too, and that cannot be rehearsed. Our beings are here already, ready and already complete. This is a gift of our vulnerability and our creativity. This is a piece comprised of several personal stories that we share with humility, with vulnerability, and we ask you to meet them with respect. And the final thing is, I'd like to invite you to co-create the piece with us through the quality of your presence. Your attention, your way of witnessing, is calling the performance out. So, as much as for myself, I want to remind us all to feel our bodies, to breathe, and to witness with our whole bodies. And if you're interested, to really tune into a sense of unknown, as we cultivate that sense of unknown together, we are allowing creativity to flow more freely. We are allowing something to unfold. Okay, so this is it. The gift of healing and nourishment, we hope. We bring it with enthusiasm, and this is work in progress, just to remind you. Precious gift to you, this being a woman.
There's a wild, red river. It's been calling me home. It's been calling me down and in. There's a wild, red river. It's been calling me home, deep into the cave within. What makes me a woman? What makes me a woman? What makes me a woman? It's my dark, wet, salty cave. What makes me a woman? What makes me a woman? What makes me a woman? It's my dark, wet, salty cave. When I drop down into my womb, into this sacred, sacral space, into my cunt, into my country, I feel safe. I feel connected. I feel rooted in the earth. I feel her love coming back to me. When I drop down into my womb, I can feel worlds in there, stars and universes in there, place of pure potentiality and creativity. But it hasn't always been this way. But I think I'm starting to get it. Like you can have a big heart, you can also have a big cunt. It was 2010, and I'd been an activist for the earth for a few decades. I'd been building community, standing on the front line, protecting ancient woodlands. I was exhausted. I was shut down, numbed out, defended. I decided to go on a journey with the deep feminine. One of the women, on the second weekend, she says to me, "Roo, you have I've got a big cunt. I wasn't really sure what she meant. I really hoped that she was talking about my Rooh Star. So I didn't really know what she meant, but now I feel like I'm starting to get an inkling. I haven't always been able to drop down so shamelessly into this space, into my cunt, into my country. As a teenager, I was in my head, out of my body, and full of shame. I grew up in the 70s and the 80s, the time of Benny Hill. And Carry On. Ooh, Vicar! I was groped, I was fucked, I was patronised, I was dismissed, I was ignored, and I was belittled. Is this where the shame came from? Or did I take it in with my mother's milk? Did it come from my grandmother's grandmother's grandmothers? Is that where the shame came from? Or did it come with my first moon, when the highlight was going to the chemist and buying myself a packet of Tampax with an applicator so that I didn't have to touch myself? Why did nobody tell me that my blood is sacred? Why did nobody tell me that my blood is my power? I felt like I'd been given this box that said girl/woman on the side. It was far too small and it was really weirdly shaped. And I spent a lot of years trying to get inside this box. But I was too fat, wasn't skinny enough, wasn't pretty enough, my face was too square, I was too intelligent, too curious, too loud, too messy. So now I'm 54, and I feel like the gift of midlife is that I've spent a few decades burning boxes. I've spent a few decades learning to love all the parts of me. Learning to love the dark and the down as well as the up and the out. I feel like I've been sewing myself lovingly back together. Welcoming myself just as I am. The yin of me and the yang of me. I know that I can wield a chainsaw and I can speak to the trees. I can build my own house and I can make altars. I can be any kind of woman I can dream myself to be. And in this, nature has been my teacher. Nature has been my healing, and nature has been my resource. Rhythm is life. Rhythm is life. Rhythm is life. I'm here to dance it. I'm here to dance the rushing of the waters. I'm here to dance the swaying of the trees. I'm here to dance the power of the mountains and the sunlight on the leaves. Rhythm is life. Rhythm is life. Rhythm is life, I'm here to dance it. I'm here to spiral into summer ecstasy. I'm here to harvest all the autumn fruits. I'm here to go inside the dark of winter and to be reborn in spring. Rhythm is life. Rhythm is life. Rhythm is life. I'm here to dance it.
age 22. 6:30 in the morning, slightly hungover, and I'm frying 150 eggs in this enormous frying pan. At times, I realise I'm actually frying my fingertips. So, am I this woman who just fries many eggs? You see, I'm working in this outward bound school in the middle of nowhere. One of the instructors is my boyfriend. He's so gorgeous, and I really hope I don't blow it. We've got this new kitchen porter who's come to work with us, and she invites me to go and hang out with her. She lives in this sort of dormitory with bunk beds. Enter the darkened room, smell of joss sticks and fags and dope and patchouli oil. Oh, I just feel right at home. She gives me some Irish whiskey. Very nice. Well, we pass the guitar back and forth, playing a few songs to each other, like we used to in those days. And then she sticks a cassette tape on, and we listen to the music vibrating through these tea-chest speakers while she rolls a joint. She's folding, she's rolling, she's stroking, she's striking, she's lighting. And this song, Troy, comes on. Do you know that song, Troy? Sinead O'Connor. I'd never heard it before. I remember it, Dublin in a rainstorm, sitting in the long grass of summer, keeping warm, being what you are. There is no other Troy for you to burn up. Ba 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 ba. You should have left the light on. Oh, you should have left the light on. And at some point, she hooks me under the chin with a finger and draws my face towards hers. What followed was the most revelatory night ever spent in a bunk bed. And I woke with this woman in my arms. So is this me? I'm a lesbian? Oh, Sinead. Age 26. I'm doing my PhD at Cambridge University. The Self-Vampiric. That's my title. I love it. Selfhood, the body, technology. Ooh. I am living the life of the mind. I am brain, Watson. The rest of me is mere appendix. I love it, but Cambridge University does not love it. And I am fighting for my academic life. So, this plucky little blue stocking, is this me? At war with Cambridge University by day, by night I'm drinking and dancing in the clubs with my girlfriend who's the best dancer in the world. One night, whoa, one night in heaven. touch me, baby. Ba-da-da-da. La-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So is this me? This dancing queen? Age 31. I've just submitted my PhD. And I'm in Brighton. And I'm looking for trouble. Ba-da-da-da-da. And I came to the right place. My friend has this new man. She calls him her honey man. Because he likes the honey. We three go to a party together. And at some point, my friend leaves the party. She leaves me with the honey man. There's a moment when I feel like he's put a fish hook in my mouth. And he leads me upstairs. Thick as thieves. We sit on the edge of the bed and he says, let's split up. He's folding. He's rolling. Stroking. Striking. He's lighting. He puts the joint in my mouth. And I thought I'd fall, sprawling on the floor. I feel like I've fallen down cold stone steps that probably lead to hell. So is this me then? This frankly dreadful friend? Is this me? Squeezing his sides with my thighs as my ripped shirt flies like a black flag from my shoulders. Age 37. How amazing. I mean, can this be my life? I have a baby girl in my arms. And it's so normal. The normalness is extraordinary. It's mysterious. Well, the summertime is coming, and the trees are sweetly blooming, and the white mountain thyme grows around the blooming heather. So is this me? The mother? Age 58. Is this me then? This dried up, post-menopausal, mother of 2 adults, married 22 years to a bloke? I'm all of them. And I'm so much more. I'm a manifold woman, multitudinous woman. I am this tribe of self.
This past year, my joints have begun cracking. This body is changing. I'm beginning to get rusty. And it's not just these joints that are clicking and ticking. I'm turning 37 this year. I would like to be a mother. I would like to become a mother. I would like to have my own family. I would like to create my own family. I would like to give it a good shot. I remember the exact day that I went from non-broody to broody. The exact day. I was 25 years old, and I had a contraceptive coil inside my womb. It was sitting there fetching off any sperm. It was that exact day that my body said, hey, get this thing out of me. Get it out. Get it out. I want this thing out. These breasts, they were not mine yet. You know, back then, I had icebergs in them. Dark, dense, sharp lumps. And whenever I lay on them, it would hurt. I don't know why it took me so long to say to a lover, hey, please stop. I feel nothing. You seem to be having a feast out of me, whilst I feel not much at all. Why is it that someone else can get way more pleasure out of my body than myself? Now that's strange. I began to learn ways to heal myself through using my hands. And after some years of practice, I can say that these breasts, they now know what pleasure feels like. And when I lie on them, it doesn't hurt anymore. What a relief that is. It feels like joy and sunshine radiates out of them. And when I hold them, I connect to my mother, my grandmother, all their beauty, all the grit and struggle, all the humans that have come here through the body of a woman. Some things really change once you become broody, don't they? Dating men. The man says, hey, Raisa, do you fancy going to the beach? Yeah, let's go. Broody phase. Hey, Raisa, you fancy going to the beach? You fancy having kids? Whoa, Raisa, it's our second date. Yeah, you're right, it's our second date. But you can't imagine how much it took me to hold back from asking you I wish someone had shown me the benefits of diplomacy earlier on. Because what I found out was that this procreative force is not a very diplomatic one. seems like the world gives you 101 reasons these days to not to have kids. I give myself 101 reasons why not to have kids. You should think about it, hon. Is it really what you should do? I've been thinking about it, Mother. I've been thinking and overthinking. These cracking knees may be cracking already, but they haven't got up time and time again during the night to console my crying child. I'm ready for greater disruption, for heart explosion, for body transmutation. I'm ready to give up those 101 reasons why not. I'm ready to get out of my own way. I would like to. Thank you, Mother. Thank you, Father. I would like to give to another what my parents have given me. A human life.
Paris, 1993. I'm 21 years old. Possibly quite gorgeous. I don't feel gorgeous then. I live here. I live here in Paris. Studying theatre with Monsieur Jacques Lecoq. One day, I'm on my way home. It's rush hour, so the road down to the metro is busy. As I make my way down to the station, suddenly a man's in front of me and he grabs me. He grabs me in the crotch and he squeezes. And then he's gone off into the crowd. I can't believe that just happened. I can't believe that he dares do that in broad daylight. And carries on. So I don't say anything. I carry on. Leicester, 1984. I'm 12 years old and just beginning to bloom. Every Thursday, my dad takes me to swimming club. Today, he asks me, he's got something on, so he says to me, "Do you think you're old enough now to catch the bus and go on your own?" It's just me and my float as I make the short journey from the bus stop across the centre of town to the swimming pool. I'm feeling quite grown up. Suddenly, there's a bad gang of boys all around me. They're slightly older than me, and they're squeezing me, and they're taunting me, and I want to take my float, and I don't know what to do. I can't get out. And why doesn't anyone help me? Why are they doing this? What's happening? What's happening? And then they're gone. I look around me and everyone just carries on. So I carry on. I don't tell anyone. I never tell anyone anything important. Well, it's not important anyway, is it? You know, it doesn't matter. You won't be interested. You know, it's just one of those things that happens, I suppose, if you're a woman. So, those are just two incidents out of many in my lifetime, where men and boys have not seen me. They've objectified me and they've used my body as if it's their own. That's two incidents out of many in my one woman's lifetime. If we multiply that by the number of women in this room, by the number of women in Totnes, on the planet, throughout history, well, then we begin to get a sense of what it is we're living with. I remember all the times in my life when I haven't felt like my experience is important, and I haven't felt able to speak up or to say stop to a man. Even men I know love and respect me. I can feel my ancestors, my mother line, generations of women standing behind me, urging me to speak what they could not.
I was outcast for my healing.
I was beaten for my pleasure.
I was raped by my husband.
I was burned.
I was called mad.
I was hung from a tree.
With all this behind me, perhaps it's not surprising that I sometimes feel a distance that I can't pin down, or that there's an emptiness inside me which never seems to fill. Perhaps it's no wonder that I sometimes feel like I have no value in this world, or that the most important part of myself is missing, and I will never know what that is, let alone be able to communicate that to anyone else. I feel the rage of the ancestors. My rage. I feel their hurt. my hurt. I feel like they're urging me with every fibre of their beings to break the silence of generations. To state that I am not here to be ridiculed. I am not here for someone else's pleasure. I am not here to make you feel powerful or loved or wanted. I am here, though. Yes, I am here. I am here. And I am free. Free to become part of the black velvet sky on the night of the dark moon. Free to become the stars shining. To be all of the stars and the whole night sky. To know all of it. To know and to be known completely and utterly, while I sing the song of the deep, deep mystery.
But when time pulls lives apart, hold your own. When everything is fluid, nothing can be known with any certainty. Hold your own. Hold it till you feel it there, as dark and dense and wet as earth, as vast and bright and sweet as ever.
July. It is sweltering hot. Oh, I am moist with sweat. There's a heat haze coming off Garra Rock. And I am desperate for a swim. But I'm wearing my new yellow bikini. I'm 50 years old and I'm wearing a yellow bikini. What the fuck was I thinking? When I bought this bikini, I felt empowered. I felt excited. 2 glasses of red wine, eBay purchase. I'm 50 and I'm going to wear a yellow bikini. Get me? I'm going to feel great. Oh. Reality has hit hard. I feel embarrassed. I feel a fool. I feel shameful. I see my youngest son swimming in the sea and I realise that if he drowns, someone else will have to save him. So I'm stuck. I'm frozen. I see a stretched marked belly. I see the body of a 50-year-old woman. I see the passage of time etched on my skin. I wobble my thighs. I really wish I wore my bikini. I really wish I wore my glasses and I took my bikini by myself. I see my big feet. I've always been embarrassed about the size of my feet. When I was young, my mum said, you need those big feet to keep you grounded so you can keep on reaching for the stars. And I smile. This belly birthed 2 babies. These breasts kept them alive for 3 years. These arms built a house on a mountain. This body works. This body is mine. This body is marvellous. I set off for the sea and I don't walk, I run. Yeah, thighs jiggle, I take a swing, don't give an actual fuck. Yeah, I'm 50 years old, wearing yellow Identity. Status. I was a wife, a mother, homemaker. I had 3 beautiful sons. 3 beds, semi-detached nest, front and back garden. I fluffed my nest with pride. I was a great big bird, fluffing my nest, in service 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Because this was my crown. This was what I'd strived for all my life. This is what I wanted. I started to feel numb, disassociated from my body. I wasn't happy. How could I leave? How could I break this up, smash it apart, the guilt I would feel, the pain that would cause? I left. I stepped off the cliff. And I felt adrift. I felt rudderless. I felt my body come back to life. I felt sensation. I felt sensual. I felt sexual. In fact, my fanny was on fire. But it wasn't my fanny. It was my cunt. And that's a word I've always found quite challenging. Like anybody said it, I would recoil like, oh, it's so offensive. But now I had rediscovered mine. I wanted to reclaim it. I wanted to shout the word out, cunt, cunt, cunt. I wanted my cunt to be worshipped. And I wanted to worship other cunts and other cocks. And I did. I bought new underwear. Lingerie, such a great word. Lingerie, push-up bras, fishnet stockings. Oh, I wanted to be slutty. I wanted to be trashy. I felt a charge coming back into my body. There was a sense of urgency. I mean, how long would this last? Is this my last bloom? Is this it? I took a lover. I took several lovers. I had sex with a Viking on a tour. A little risque, but it was a Tuesday. I rode the bed of a stranger in Exeter 2 hours before in a Costa Coffee car park, just to do a vibe check. I went to my first sex party. Oh, God. I felt like I'd stepped onto the set of Lord of the Rings. It wasn't Glastonbury, this party. This wasn't the main actors, it was like the extras, but I had quite a good time. I bought a vibrator, a very expensive vibrator, and one of my children found it. Mum, what's that? Oh, that, it's, I use it for tempering chocolate. I discovered kink. Better late than never. I had fun. I had a lot of fun. I felt like I was just on this journey of rediscovery and I was coming back to life. This was a new part of me. I discovered ethical polyamory. I realised that, well, having several lovers and everybody knowing about each other and being completely open and totally honest was so refreshing. There wasn't just one facet to me, there was many, and not just one person could meet that facet. I mean, we don't just have one friend and go, yeah, that friend meets all my friendship needs. I felt like each night I plugged myself in and got a full new update. And Justine became Queenie. But I also felt shame. I mean, who do I think I am? I'm in my 50s, being so sexual. Maybe it's time to be invisible. It's time to retreat. It's time to hide, not flaunting myself.
Yeah, you're too old to be sexy. Who do you think you are?
Oh, stop showing off.
It won't last. It's perverted.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
My crows come in. They swoop down. They eat my fears. They feast on my insecurities, gobble them up. My sisterhood, my dear, dear friends. They hold my hands and my heart so I can take flight again and again. I am all of me. am chaotic. I am wild. I am untamed. I am free. All of me. I am in my power. In my queendom.
You. Yes. You. All of you. Your chaos and your madness. Your foolish nonsense. Your fearless magic. You are welcome here. Your passion and your eros. Your red fever dreams. Your resistance. Your doubt. Your power, wild and uncontained. You. Yes. You. Rage.
This line is mine. Mine. This line, all of it. Over here, for me. Over there's yours. I mean it. The ripe old age of 53, suddenly, I get what it means to hold your own boundaries, to know what's mine, and what I don't have to feel responsible for over there. And I thought, why has it taken me all these years to get to this place of freedom? I thought, well, maybe it's because when we're bleeding, that blurs the boundary. And I'm no longer bleeding. So maybe that allows me to hold it. And maybe the reason I never formed a capacity to hold my boundaries is because my blood came in at the age of 9. I was a small, but unfortunately not that small, child, towering over my compatriots in the primary school, running across the playground. My little bosoms were running. And they were all flat-chested, with their pigtails flying. They jeered at me, the boys had a laugh, and it was humiliating. I endured puberty on my own. And there's only one way to deal with adversity, or maybe 2 ways. Do or die. Spoiler alert, I've never been a shrinker, and therefore, for me it was do. Please, 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 play up to my feminine wiles. So that makes quite a neat, lovely little story. The blood comes in and it washes away the boundaries. Turns out this theory is absolutely rubbish. Yeah, admission time. Turns out this person standing in front of you has been actually pretty good at holding boundaries for much of her life. No, Dad, just because Tesco's microbiology department will keep me on after my work experience doesn't mean I have to take the job. I want to go to university. No, Mum, I don't want to stay here to go to university. I want to go 200 miles away where the Beatles were. No, childhood sweetheart, I can't come to the jungle with you. Despite our 5 years together, for you to find yourself, it's time for me to find myself. No, lovely university boyfriend so sexy, I can't be with you. You're gay. No, short, fat Egyptian pilot, I can't be your pet, sex pet, that you're going to fly to Bali. This 21-year-old says, I don't think so. No, you elder man of the research department. This young woman before you, with 2 degrees on her first day at work, is not here to do your photocopy. No guru and founder of this wonderful social enterprise. You are not to make a phone call for 5 minutes in our first professional meeting together. No, I don't think so. Are you getting the picture? I know what is mine to deserve and what is yours to hold. So, if I'm so good at it, what happened? Why this epiphany at 53? Well, it turns out that it's a combination of factors. I had my first child at 40. In that period, I went on to decide to join the feminine army of caring profession. And my blood started to ebb. Yes, I was the woman who had a panic attack. Yes, I was the woman driving at 30 miles an hour on the motorway because I was too terrified to go any faster. Yes, I was the woman, despite all my professional qualifications, who allowed myself to be cowed and bullied by a female manager 10 years my senior. Yes, I was that strong, capable environmental activist who suddenly didn't know what her opinion was anymore. And in that confusion, I wondered who I was. But the good news is, it turns out it's not the stopping of the blood that's the problem. It's the leaving. And now it's left. I find myself steady, clear. And 2 years on, I know clearly what is mine and what is yours.
When I was 25, I came down with the flu, but I didn't recover. 20 years went by. 20 years of house arrest, imprisoned by a body that was determined to stay ill. tried everything under the sun, desperate to recover my health and get back to my life, but nothing worked. And so I gave up, and I went deeper. Deep, deep down into the underworld. Deep, deep down into the underbelly of my pain. The pain of being left by my mother when I was 3. The terror and shame of being raped by my grandfather when I was 4. The constant fear of my father's rage. The hurt of my brother's hatred. The grief of my mother's suicide. And the being alone through it all. And as I felt the grief and pain, the terror, rage and shame, the darkness that had frozen inside my body began to thaw. My body began to let go, to feel safer, to come into the light, into the world, this world that had not been safe for her. And now, I'm nearly 50. My hair is greying, my face is sagging, my flesh is changing, I'm getting bingo wings. But inside, I still feel 25, and my life is just beginning. They say I'm over the hill, but I'm just on my way up. They say I've missed the boat, but I will build my own if I have to. They tell me I should grow old gracefully now, that I should be quiet, that I should fade into the background, become invisible, or at least wear beige. But I have just come back to life. And I have fire in my belly from all of those years that I've missed. And I want to run and dance and fly. I want to become a trapeze artist and run away with the circus. I want to fly! I still want a fabulous life, but not the pushing, the struggle, the pressure, the trying to become someone, to get somewhere. I just want to feel my own love and know that I am already enough. I want to rest back into life and allow myself to be carried by her.
I'm coming home, I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming home. Let the rain wash away all the pain of yesterday. I know my kingdom waits, and they've forgiven my mistakes.
I'm putting on 20 minutes. This is really a space to digest a little together, to ask about things of each other. We might speak to you, you might speak to us. So to start with, is there anything you want to share of how it touched you? And ask any questions to any of us.
You managed to tell the story of us all. Like individually, each one of you can resonate with every single one of you. And that's amazingly engaging and alarming and it's all of those things. And it's really brave of each and every one of you. And that was fantastic to watch. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you doing it again?
It's to be seen. We found out.
At the beginning of the process, did you have an end vision, or did it really kind of snake through the 9 weeks or whatever and become something completely unexpected? Or was it...
We definitely didn't have a vision to begin with, but we just trusted our bodies, we just trusted what we already had inside us. We had sort of 2 entry points. One was the archetypal domain, and the other was personal stories. And then we were stimulated by the personal stories to then take it to the collective. So it was a kind of conversation between the collective and the personal. And it was just trust in terms of something coming together. Mostly it was fear of nothing coming together.
I need to tell you, Agata's very brutal. So we just casually one night, all share a piece, and then the next week, so 3 of us do 1 week, the next week someone else does, and then it's like, right, just refine that then. So in terms of brutality, it's like, right, you're ready. You've done it once, now let's build it. It's a really instantaneous and spontaneous approach of support that Agata gives us to trust that first impulse.
Yeah, so we just do a lot of improv, and then we say, oh, actually, this is good. And you just take that. Yeah.
How much of what came out tonight was spontaneous and improvised, and how much was what you'd actually rehearsed and were just repeating?
Both, isn't it? I mean, most of it, we knew where we were going, so we knew the topic. And I think different ones of us have done it differently. So some people have scripted all of it, and some people just knew where they were going, but they didn't know, exactly what they were going to say. But there's key things that need to be said. But it all came out of improvised pieces. Essentially, these are the improvised pieces that we came up with in a workshop, with some adjustments and tweaking and reduction and...
But everything has been rehearsed as well. So when we are improvising, we're improvising within a form of this is what we're doing now, in an improvised form.
I really appreciated the humour. I think we could be professional comedians.
Some of them are.
I found it was really interesting, that kind of point where the audience laughs, because quite often there are really actually, I wonder how much of it is discomfort and how much of it is humour, because obviously you're covering really, really tender topics for certainly many women, probably in the audience, or definitely women, I know for myself. And I think, humour is, I find it really interesting, to deliver with humour and without humour, things that are very tender, is quite a different kind of experience. So I wonder whether, like, for you as performers, how you found to deliver painful things with humour and painful things without humour, like how that was different for you.
My kind of goal for my performance is that I really wanted to bring humour. It's like those, like my story is like really painful bits that are like really, really hard, and it's like I needed to bookend it with joy and with silliness, and we need humour, don't we? It feels good to laugh, but and I don't think I could have got up and told a story or about myself without there being humour in it. That would have been really hard. I would have been like, oh.
Feels like the humour kind of just gets you back in your heart somehow. It just makes something possible. It makes it possible to swallow that difficult thing.
Yeah.
Just makes more space somehow.
It kind of gives this tension, and some of these difficult things that come out just really, really touch me. But then there's this release as well.
Yeah.
And that in each piece, I felt that like I was being gifted, really being gifted something, something so deep, but also I was being gifted it. And there's that release, I think, that helps with that.
And I think this points to the fact that we've chosen to do pieces that we're ready to do. And that means you can find the humour. Agata invited us to consider the arc of the heroine's journey. So we take on the adversity and then we face it head on, and there's hopefully a moment of redemption, triumph. And what I can tell you as well about the process is that then has bitten us hard over the last fortnight. Claiming power, claiming that we'd achieved something of meaning and that we had fought those demons. They really fought us hard this last fortnight. They have fought imposter syndrome very hard. But they were still our digested stories. They were things that we were safe to share on stage, and that's why we could use the humour as well.
In saying that, I think it's really important to remember all the stuff that you haven't been able to say. Because the generosity and courage that you all shared, which we all can relate to, everything, like George's, and that every single one of it is also holding stuff that you still can't say.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that also is a big influence in the room. So thank you for doing this and holding space for that.
Yeah, we were hoping to name what needs to be named, but also to open new possibilities. That was somehow a balance, we were aiming for. There's a lot to feel, but we are on the crest of the wave in so many ways, and somehow this felt like it's our response to where we find ourselves as human beings. And this is just a part of the picture. That part points to things that are in all our psyches, whatever gender we are.
Can I just say, wow? Did you ever think you'd be standing there getting a standing ovation at the end of the performance?
Not in the middle of the process, we didn't know.
No.
We really didn't. It was quite messy in the middle of the process. We were like, I don't know, we were flailing around, we were like, oh my God, is there anything here? What are we going to do? But as we got in the last week, I was like, wow, this is 9 weeks we've done this. We met once a week for 9 weeks. It is really wow.
It's like only three actual rehearsals of thread, weaving it all together.
We've been so moved, haven't we, by each other's pieces. It has been like such a deep process. You know, like everybody's stories has like impacted us and like made us question our lives, and you know, we have been like seriously cooked for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I think that's why I was crying at the end. It's like relief. I can put it down for a bit now because it's been big.
Thank you for taking me or us through my full range of emotions. And helping me work on something that I've been practicing lately, which is crying in public without running out of the room. So no, I was really touched by all of your performances. So absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I wonder if there's anything else that the performers want to speak to the audience at this point.
It's been such a massively emotionally churning up, like all the sediment has been like through it, and you know, come to me, we've been driving, we've been like taking heart rhythms on the way, like fucking hell, here we go again. And then all coming together, and Agata like holds space and she gets us all to drop in, and it's then when that moment happens, it's like, oh, this is great. It's all right, we're okay. It's been incredible. It's been absolutely incredible. And to like finish it with this is just amazing. Yeah.
I have a little question at this time. It seems like it was deeply therapeutic as a process, and I think as an audience, it was very therapeutic as well. Is this something that you have done before, or was that your intention, or would you consider doing it again? Is it a good model? Because it just seems really powerful for us all, really.
Yeah, so I've been working with this kind of autobiographical theatre in community for a good 10 years now, but I've always worked with solos. So we had solo festivals, and people will tell their stories, and this is the first time that we did it as a group performance. So this is a new form in that way. But yes, I've been doing this for a few years, and it's always been really, really touching that the personal stories are reflected by the collective, and that it's a mutual experience in a way. And it's very mysterious. It's like these women prepared something that then is kind of ready to affect the psyche straight away because it's digested. So it's almost like they are doing it for everybody here. And then I can't really explain it because it's not, a psychological theory. It's something that is something to do with the psyche, and that we are not as separate as we think.
It really works,
I'd like to say something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to speak about Agata's work. I don't know if I'll be able to say it very clearly because I feel very moved. When I started to become weller, I started doing workshops with Agata last September, and she holds space for small groups of women of around 6 or 7, and it involves theatrical play, games, and then these solos that we share. And she holds such a safe space. And I had been so isolated for so many years, and specifically during the pandemic. And it was like a first step out into the world of connecting with women and expressing as well. And it's really fucking important work that she does. And so I just want to say thank you for being a safe audience for us. And if you want to support her work, as she said, she has a fundraiser. This is very deep healing work that she's doing with women, and I feel very blessed to have come across it. So thank you.
Hubert.
Suzy Williamson.
Raisa Breslava.
Agata Krajewska.
Rooh Star.
Justine or Queenie?
Mim.
Kirsty.
Just a final few words. So, yeah, massive thanks to you for this gift tonight and for just being up for it and going through what we went through together.
Yeah.
Only we know what that was. Yeah, thank you again so much for supporting, and I actually have a workshop next Saturday, but there are a few places left on, so you can know about it through the flyers. And thank you all the supporters. Thank you Zana, thank you Robert, thank you thank you Phil and Darren, and thank you Phil, extra thank you for keeping out of my way when I needed it and being there when I needed it. It's my partner. Thank you to all my friends, and thank you to all the friends and families that supported the women. Okay.